Hi everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. We're going to continue our casual Q&A series, and this one's called Observe, Don't Absorb. I also call it Watching the Circus Go By. This is a really great phrase to guide you, and I would say I teach and coach this almost every day in my work with clients. But what does this mean? Observing means to step back, watch, listen, notice, and recognize the words and the actions that someone you're interacting with is using. See how they treat others, watch the games they play, watch the things they do to try to upset you, control you, mask themselves, or make you feel vulnerable. Observing also means staying centered within yourself, and we all need to learn and practice this a lot more. We need to learn to self-calm and talk to ourselves with self-compassion. And really, I'll take a pause here for a second and say we really need to learn to listen to how we're talking to ourselves and make sure we're as compassionate, non-judgmental, and supportive to ourselves as we are towards others. If you're not, this is a really important place to focus your work on yourself. I've done a couple of videos on self-care and self-calming. One's called Calming the Chatter of Your Internal Critic, and there are others too. So back to observing. Notice manipulations. The definition of manipulation is to try to make you feel, think, or believe or do something. Can you see that love bombing is a manipulation and not just take it in? Say to yourself, oh, there that is, and that's not about me any more than that devaluing or hostility or put downs are about me. Can you see the gaslighting? And say to yourself, oh, that's them trying to make me feel crazy or wrong or delusional or ridiculous. They're saying that I'm doing the very thing that they're doing and they're denying they're doing. Are they lying and telling you something that is completely untrue, or telling you that you're being untrusting when they're lying to you, or that you're so bitter, that you're so skeptical, or why are you so angry all the time? Can you now see the devaluing for what it is, just to make you feel less than, to see if they can control and manipulate you? If you don't believe in yourself, you won't stand up to them, and you'll feel like you're lucky to have them and their love, and then you'll stay even though you don't feel loved and you're miserable. See how they go for that jugular vein when they insult you, and notice that. They'll zero in on your most hurt and most vulnerable places, and they will see the most sensitive place in your heart, and they'll use that to make you feel terrible. When you've shared your most vulnerable spots with somebody and they use those against you, you better run. No one with a heart or soul or empathy or care for you would ever do that, so run fast. Now, if you have to maintain a relationship with that person for whatever reason, whether it's co-parenting or they're part of your family and you can't go no contact, just make sure you never share with them again. Keep it light, friendly, and never say anything personal, ever. Can you observe their behaviors that don't match their words? When they say they're really popular, but they have no friends. They say they help others, but you see them only being self-centered. They say they work hard, but you see them being very lazy. Or they say they're active, but they stay in bed and watch TV all the time. They say they want kids, but they're hateful towards children. They say that you matter, but they are disconnected, rude, inconsiderate, and uncaring in their actions towards you. Don't absorb. So absorbing is also what we would refer to as enmeshment, meaning that you're so over involved with their life that you cease to be able to see where you end and they begin. You over empathize with them and are over involved with everything they feel, think, do, or believe. You're unable to see, notice, or think for yourself, and you literally begin to feel like you cease to exist when they're around, and they're always around. And then when you're not with them, your thoughts, feelings, beliefs are still completely wrapped up in obsessing on them. So to separate and not absorb means that you begin to see their actions and attitudes for what they are, that they're just about them. They're that person. This gives you the freedom to stay in your own wise mind, centered within your own thoughts and feelings and beliefs, and not get drawn into their unhealthy world. You can stay separated emotionally and watch without taking it all on. Then you're going to be able to assess with your wise mind and not get drawn in again. You'll be able to stay true to your wise mind's assessment and not fall back into the fog. And if you can see the lies and not take them on or feel guilted into believing them, then you can see those manipulations, the devaluing, the love bombing, the gaslighting without jumping on board the crazy train. You'll even learn to sometimes step back and laugh at the absurdity of their attitudes and behaviors and notice them just for what they are. They're all designed to puff themselves up or to get you to puff them up or to control everything and everyone and manipulate everything and everyone. So I call it watching the circus go by, where you can watch those games and not get involved, see the roller coaster ride and not get on board, stay centered in your own truths and let them go on in their world. Practice radical acceptance that reality is what it is. And when words and behaviors don't match, listen with your whole being to the behaviors. So often people hear the words, they see the behaviors, they know that this person is bad news, but then they get swayed by their words. Don't second guess and listen to their behaviors. Observe, don't absorb. Watch the circus go by without getting on board. Take good care of yourselves, and if you have a question, ask it in the comments section below, and I'll try to answer it on a future video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.